Alright everybody, welcome along to the much anticipated 10v10 between the Oceania Racing League and the Oceania Prem Sim League. We've got a good race lined up today, 10 drivers from each league, and whichever league scores the most points in total wins. As a reminder, we've got 20 points for first, with an updated scoring system, all the way down to 1 point for last to make every single place worth fighting for here. And short qualifying has just started around Brazil. So I'm just going to turn the lap data on. It looks like some people are getting out onto the track now. And the first one out is going to be TG Sleppy for the Oceania Prem Sim League. Going to be the first one out of the pits today. Coming around this track at Interlagos in Sao Paulo. It's a 50% race, so 36 laps, I believe, after an 18-minute qualifying session. And this qualifying session will be crucial in the starting order, or in the race, as the Oceania Prem Racing League driver is out on track now, and they're about to start their first flying lap. As they round the final full turn now, onto the straight. They're going to want the DRS all the way on the run down to turn 1. Turn 1 out of 15 turns here at Interlagos. You want to brake heavily, turn in, get decent acceleration out of there, not fully pushing the limits through turn 1, but still a very good effort. There's a yellow flag in the middle sector, might be someone from the OPSL slowing down a bit. Through turn 4 now. And now we've entered the middle sector. How much will the car be pushed through here? Going down to a very low gear, actually. Wonder if that was automatic gears. Looks like it might be, actually. Maybe it could have been a bit of a lock up there. Looked a bit weird. And getting to the end of the lap now. Just a couple of corners to go. Coming around turn 12, 13 now. The penultimate corner here, and the final corner here, down to the run to the line. What's it going to be for the first lap on the board for TG Sleepy? It's a 109.4. Second drive coming across the line, that's Easy Mac, who's made their time look easy. He's blitzed it by a second, and a couple more drivers are going to be coming over the line. Lindsay Games also coming along, and all the ORL drivers have just pimped TG Sleepy there for the OPSL. And it looks like there might be some more drivers coming across the line now. There's Blake Boat, who can't improve on TG Sleepy. A couple more ORL drivers getting right up there in the mix. And it looks like some OPSL drivers coming across the line as YouTube Flash just sets the fastest lap. And there might have been the spin or someone letting another person through in turn 1 because there was yellow flags and more yellow flags. I think that would have just been people letting through others. Is anyone still going for a lap? It looks like Yeet McFleet from the Oceania Racing League is still going for their first lap. Still, we've got 10 more people yet to settle out. As he's coming around now to the end of turn 14. What can he do? We have to wait. And Dulce Daniel for the Oceania Racing League has set a 107.8. So that's 7 tenths quicker than anyone, which is a huge margin here. And Yeet McFleet, only 10th place for Yeet McFleet. They'll be looking to improve on their second lap. There are some more OPSL drivers coming across the line. No, there isn't. War Machine's invalidated the lap. And Mickey looks to just be starting their first flying lap now. Gonna run through it, through the center S's at the start of the lap. Get this long run down to turn 4 with DRS enabled all the way down. Here they go, through turn 4 now, where Hamilton and Verstappen had a great battle and pushed each other wide. And there's a spin there for one of the OPSL drivers. And they're coming up to the middle sector, turn 6 and 7 now. How can they go through these turns? And they've kept the car all steady through here. Looks like some nice driving. Just a couple of corners to go now. They're rounding turn 11 now into turn 12, the final braking zone for this lap. What can they do out of turn 12? X2 Mickey coming to the line now. It's going to be the first lap of the session with DRS there pulling to the line. And it's only 13th place for them. Looks to be a bit of a disappointing start for Mickey. I know they're quick from sessions in the Oceania Racing League, and it looks like a couple more people might be coming across the line. I think they might have just been starting their flying laps. There might be some sort of spin in that final sector. It looks like it's all been sorted out. TG Slevy is coming to the line. What's it going to be for them? Can they improve on the time? They do improve, and I think that's just moved them up to 10th place. But not quite enough to move them up any further into the top 10. And I wonder how much more time there is in this session. If we've got some yellow flags in the middle end of the first sector, there's chaos for these drivers here. A bunch of them are bunched up. About 4 OPSL drivers all in this first bit. And looks like a low there. Might be going for sector 3 sector 2 to start their first lap. And they've just let their teammate through. Maybe just an outlap there. With a bunch of drivers coming through the sector now. Huge traffic in the middle sector. I'm going to see who's coming across the line. That's a spin. Banana is left, might be a glitch. Lindsay's spun out of turn 10. Or turn 9, pardon me. Some people are coming to the line now. Is it Isa and Rhino? Yet one of the few drivers yet to set a lap time. Coming through turn 11 and 12 now. What sort of a lap can they construct here? They've done all the hard work now. They just need to put their foot down and keep the car straight as they just open DRS and they're at the line now. What's it going to be for the Oceania Racing League driver? And it's good enough for 5th place. It's a solid first lap for them. And there's 3 people yet to come out of the pits. As I speak about that, one of them, King Boss, has just came out of the pits. It looks like Banana might have just had some issues there. It looks like they disconnected. You look to the final sector. Blake Boat might be coming across the line for a lap. Looks like they improve a bit there, but not enough to catch Yeet McFleet in front of them. And there's a couple more drivers who are coming to the line. I'm going to see who they are. A lot of them getting their laps disqualified. But it looks like YouTube Cash is coming to the line. And it's good enough for 2nd place. Still 5/10 behind Duels in the front, but they've set a purple sector 3. And they've moved themselves up into 2nd place. They split that top 7 or top 2 ORL drivers. So they'll let a couple more through. Banana has thankfully just joined back with 8 minutes to go. So hopefully they've sorted out any problems. Rapid Clappy through the middle sector now, and there's a spin for them. Can they keep it out of the wall? They just do. TG Sleppy's also joined back. Maybe a couple of connection issues for them. But Rapid Clappy, I think maybe got a bit off balance with the throttle, and that spun them across that turn there and completely cut the corner. So spin and an invalidation of the lap for them. Will they stay out for another lap, or are they going to pit and wait until next time around to go for a lap? Let's see if they're coming to the line. Are they going to pit, or are they going to stay out? They're going to pit. Doesn't look like many more people are going to come out of the come across the line for a lap. Someone is though, and it's Lindsay Games, who can't improve on the lap, or can't improve on their position, should I say. And Abstract is coming on their flying lap now, just passing Lindsay there at the center S's, and it's their first lap. Only 2 drivers haven't set a lap yet. That's Banana and the OPSL driver, Abstract. And through the first couple of turns they go. Out of the first sector now. And they're at halfway through this middle sector. How well is this middle sector? It can make or break the lap. A lot of time to be lost and gained here, especially with the braking and throttle acceleration of these corners. What's it gonna be? Is they coming out of the second sector now? Oh, they spin. It's a purple middle sector for them as well. But they have just spun and ruined that great lap there. So I think they might be coming into the pits. You'd have to assume they are. Banana is finally out on track, and Dual Daniels just come out of their out lap. The current pole sitter, can they improve on their lap time and further extend their lead in this qualifying session? As Easy Mac has improved enough to overtake YouTube Clash. And there's a purple middle sector for Dual Daniel. Gordo getting some connection issues maybe. So they've just left the session. Hopefully they can join back. Through the middle sector now, what can Duals do? Is it going to be purple for them? How much can they improve on? Coming to the line now, almost spun there, and I think they're lucky to not get disqualified there. There's a big snap of oversteer and they caught it and went wide, so that might have ruined their lap. But I did see at the end of the sector that they were up a bit on the lap. What can they do? Coming to the line now, can they improve on it? They do by 13 milliseconds. Wow. And B&E Millsy's just come across the line, and they've gone good enough for 3rd place in this qualifying session. Just a couple more minutes to go now. All the drivers will be coming out onto the tracks for their final laps. He's coming into the pits. Thankfully, Gordo's joined back. And in that middle sector, you can see the chaos of the amount of cars that there are here. Ian McFleet's on an outlap. And now he's going to... Actually, maybe it wasn't an outlap, maybe a bit of a glitch, but he's in 6th place at the moment. He might be going for another flying lap. So I'm going to go off board with him, look around this lap. He's 10th slower, maybe his lap So maybe he is actually going for an in-lap. Only time will tell. We'll have to keep watching with him. He's coming through the middle sector. Turn 6-7 now. How much time can he gain in this bit of the sector? He's coming to the end of the lap now. Just this last little bend to go. As Yates McFleet's coming across the line. What's it going to be for him? And doesn't improve on the lap. 3/10 down. A couple of more Oceania Racing League drivers are coming across the line. All of them have disqualified the time, so I think it would have been an out lap for them. And it looks like some OPSL drivers are going to cross the line right now. Mickey just finishing their out lap. I don't think anyone has gone up in the laps. But here we go. No, they're just letting people through. I wonder what was happening with that last lap then. They're not on an out lap. Or not on a flying lap. Just go wide and catch a spin. Some more drivers are coming across the line. Let's see if it is it's an out lap for King Boss. With just 1 minute remaining in the session, every driver but one is now in the pits. Gordo being that one driver. But we've got 19 out on track. And what can they do? This will be the final run, and Mickey's retired from the session. We're going to go on board with King Boss here. Through the first sector, now getting to the second. Through turns 6, 7. And now 8, but they spun. And luckily they ghosted because they would have gone right into one of the ORL drivers there. It looks like someone might be coming across the line. It's Banana. What can Banana do? And it's good enough for 13th there. It's a pretty good lap going into the 108. And some other people are coming across the line now. A lot of OPSL drivers coming. I can't see the laps, but that's Rapid clapping in the wall. And he's got his lap ruined. Because the qualifying session is over, so he will not have another chance to regain any positions from that. But Jules Daniel, the current qualifying leader, is coming across the line for his final lap now. He looked to be up on his time. Is he going to be further up on his time? What's it going to be for the pole position sitter? It's a 107.4. That is well over 5/10 clear of I'm a Nubatron behind him. Just a couple of people, including Hello, they've just got to finish their laps now. What's it going to be? They don't improve enough on their time. And that's qualifying over. A couple of spins there, and a couple of retirements as well. But qualifying done, it's Jules Daniel in pole position for the ORL, followed by I'm a Nubatron, so it's an ORL front 3 lockout with Clash behind them, followed by Millsy, hello there, so followed by 3 OPSL drivers, and then 5 more ORL drivers. So the top 10's mainly consisting of ORL drivers. Let's see what's going to happen in the race. Got 36 laps around Brazil coming right up, so stick around. And 15 seconds to go for people just to choose their strategy and setups. It'll be interesting to see what strategies are happening around here. I assume it's going to be a one stop, either from mediums to hards or softs to hards. It's the formation lap now. Thought for a second that there was going to be no formation lap, but there is one. Jules Daniel is leading the pack away from Nubatron, from Easy Mac, from YouTube Clash, from Millsy, from Hello There. And behind them in 7th is Yeet McFleet. 8th is Rapid Clappy. Behind them is Ice Iron Rhino. And MXTZ rounds out the top 10. Moving down to 11th, we've got Lindsay Games. Behind them, King Boss. And in 13th, we've got Blake Boat. 14th is Banana, who's just let Gordo by, I think. So a bit of funny things happening under the safety car. War Machine is in 16th behind them. Abstract lines up behind them. 18th is TG Sleepy. 19th is Views. And rounding out the grid, we've got X2 Mickey. He's quite far behind the pack, so I wonder how much they're going to have to wait. Because Jules Daniel is very, very far ahead of 3rd, actually. Quite a few cars distance. What is Nubatron doing? They almost go into the pits there. Sliding around everywhere. Spinning. These two are spinning at the start, getting some temperature into the tyres in a stylish way. And I presume that's why they wanted to be so far ahead of the pack. Clash has just been disqualified for overshooting their mark. Here comes Rapid Clappy lining up for the grid. Giving those back tires a real rev. Looks pretty good there. Just a couple more drives to form up now. X2 Mickey is coming in, taking it very slow. Someone, I think that's War Machine, who did a massive drift. Maybe it's abstracted. Mickey has just been disqualified for overshooting their mark. I think the laps are about to start here. Right, Brazil. It looks like it's 5 red lights now for this 10v10 battle. And it's lights out and away we go. Jules Daniel looks to have a pretty good launch. But Nubatron looks to have an even better launch and he takes the lead into turn 1. Jules Daniel's under pressure and is 3, 4, 5 wide in some places. When it follows cars through, there's a collision. And I wonder who that is from the ORL. And there's another collision. Big pile up there. That's about 5, 6 cars getting tagged. And I think that's Gordo and Jules Daniel, our pole sitter, who've been tagged in that opening lap collision, as well as about 5 from the OPSL. And I look up to see if there's any battles now. It's like Yeet McFleet's right on the tail of Easy Mac for 3rd place. What kind of attacking resources can Yeet McFleet pull on his teammate here? Might have been a spin. There is a spin for War Machine at the back there. But I'm going to continue to look at this battle between Yeet McFleet and Easy Mac for 3rd place. There's another spin, I think. Might be, this time it's for TG Sleepy, I think. But all the drivers have made it through, and Yeet McFleet's made it through on Easy Mac. So Nubatron completes the first lap as the race leader. And is gonna, is Rapid Clappy gonna attack Yeet McFleet? It looks like they might be. They're very close by, and Sleepy's left. It's a purple first sector for Clappy. Looks like they're gaining a lot on the exits compared to Easy Mac. The strategy's up now to a medium to hard. Looks like a lot of people are going for. But it looks like Rapid Clappy started on the hards. One of 4 drivers to do so they might go for the reverse of what many of these drivers will be doing, a medium to hard. But I think these guys will be going for hard to medium. And Duels, he's already made his way up to third place. Has to avoid the spinning King Boss there. And he's being attacked from behind by Millsy. Both of these drivers were higher up, but got tagged on the opening lap. Duels Daniel's been overtaken into that corner, but he's gaining it back now. Around the outside, on the main straight. Who's going to brake later into the first turn? And Duels Daniel gets the move done. As Gordo is back battling with Mickey here. But it looks like Hello there's gaining on Rapid Clappy as DRS has been enabled for this lap. And we should see a few more passes. Looks like Duels Daniel's just almost been overtaken. He has now. Went a bit wide there, so that cost him the position. Doesn't look like anyone else is side by side right now. But I think the closest and safest bet might be to look up the front here. Yaten McFleet's attacking Nubatron for the lead of this race. And that might be a spin. For views it is. And they've got a 3-second time penalty as well. They've dropped down to last. And Yaten McFleet's now got DRS on the leader, Iman Nubatron. Is he going to make a move? It's a four-way battle up the front. He's going down the inside on Nubatron. Nubatron's wide and he might actually lose up 2 positions here. He just stays ahead of Clash, who's going to get DRS on him, and if better exit, he's going round the outside. They're going side by side down this second straight into turn 4. Who's going to get ahead? It looks like Nubatron just maintains the position, squeezes him out, and he's gone wide as well. Can Easy Mac get through? He can. So a bit of maybe teamwork. Nubatron just squeezed Clash wide, and that allowed Easy Mac to get through on him. A bit of a wobble, it looks like, from Clash there. Are there any more overtakes? Rapid Clappy is rapidly closing up on Hello there in front. 8 out of the 10 drivers in the top 10 are from the ORL. So can the OPSL challenge more drivers in the top 10? It'll be critical to get these top 10 points if they want to stay in contention for the win here. It looks like Millsy's just gotten through on Blake Boat. Oh no, Millsy's spun. And it looked like that allowed War Machine and Blake Boat to get through. But Yaten McFleet, he's got DRS on the lead, and Nubatron, who took the position from on the previous lap. Is he going to take the position back on this lap? He sticks behind. He's on. Actually, no. Nubatron did get back on him, but Yaten McFleet was unable to get the move done into turn 4. Can he stick behind close enough to get the move done on the main straight? As there's a very the top 10 are all, or top 9 are all very closely bunched here. There might be almost a spin. Yaten McFleet has been overtaken by 80 Mac, and he might get overtaken by Clash here into turn 12. Clash can't get the position now, but he's fighting with his teammate Hello there, who's got a very good slipstream on Yaten McFleet, and they're going 3 wide. Both of them get past McFleet, who I don't think has DRS open. I wonder what's happened. They might have disconnected. Very odd stuff there. Now there's a huge battle here between all these ORL drivers. Massive train of DRS here. And it looks like Gordo might have just been overtaken from Millsy. They're fighting side by side. Gordo might have been looking for a switchback there, but couldn't quite get it. They both have DRS here, so I wonder who's gonna have a better slipstream. It looks like Gordo had one, but couldn't quite close it up. And it looks like Abstract is disconnected. They won't be able to gain any positions unless they join back. Ice on Rhino in a very close fight with Lindsay Games. It's a big train of cars here. Can Ice on Rhino get through? It looks like he's getting a much better exit than Lindsay. who've got a bit less DRS than them. They're going side by side into turn 1, maybe even in 3 wide. What's going to happen? Into turn 1 we go. It's 2 wide, and Lindsay's Ice Iron Rhino actually has been forced off the track, and Lindsay's gone through on them, but it looks like they might have a better exit than Lindsay. What can they do into turn 4? And there's someone going slow. It's McFleet. I wonder what's happening with the DRS. It doesn't look like they've had it for a couple of laps. But we're going to have to follow this battle. There's 4 ORL cars all battling for 6th place. On McFleet gets tapped by Lindsay, who might have just opened the door for Ice Iron Rhino to get through. It's a spin at the back for someone. And these drivers are all very, very, very close to each other. And it looks like MX is opened up a gap from P5, so there won't be any DRS. Might leave them vulnerable to be overtaken. As we see, Rapid Clappy now might be going for an overtake. Bunch of chaos at the back there. McFleet's pitting. Rapid Clappy can't get through. And look behind. It doesn't look like too much change from the ORL drivers, except for Yeet McFleet pitted, going on to hard tyres, maybe looking for a 1-stop. They've just glitched out of the pits there. Oh, there's a spin. Looks like it was Millsy there. Maybe I think they would have gotten tapped. Looks like they were side by side with Gordo before, but Duels has already gotten up to 9th place. They were at the back at the start, getting tapped on the opening lap. Which is a good recovery drive. They've already made it back up into the points. And it's a battle for first place here. All these, the top 3 separated by just 1 second. And it looks like Easy Mac is getting a really decent run on Nubatron ahead of him. They're going to go side by side into turn 1, and Easy Mac has gotten ahead before it actually. And these 3 drivers now for the ORL are all tussling it out. And King Boss is retired from the session. Bottom 6 drivers looks like are all OPSL. They'll be looking to overtake the maybe vulnerable McFleet if he doesn't open up a gap. And Millsy's retired, and TG Sleevey has been disqualified. Looks like their car was beached on the curb there. They couldn't do anything about it and got disqualified. Up the front, we're going to look. There's a quite a large pack here. There's a spin at the back for Mickey, I think it is. And Hello there has a very, very good, or had a good exit before, but lost out big time in that second acceleration bit. There's a bit of overtaking happening as Ice Iron Rhino's been tagged by one of their teammates. They're going to come into the pits. No, they aren't. Staying out as Banana is going to go through on them, I think. Banana sticks behind. But is there going to be any kind of team play here? Doesn't look like there is. Ice Iron Rhino pulling away from Banana. There's a spin. No, just a random yellow flag. But Abstract or someone else there. But currently, the biggest battle's up the front here. Between these top 6, who are all between the top 5, who are all within 1 second of the car in front of them. And the closest of them all is Hello there, who's just 5/10 away from the back of Easy Mac. They're rounding turn 14 now. Just this final little left-handed now. And they are gaining a bit on Easy Mac, but it's not going to be nearly enough. As they go brake very late there, it's going to compromise the exit. And that's lost them a bit of time, but can they gain it back? They'll both have DRS, these top two. None of them can make a move into turn 4. And we might be getting close to the pit window soon. These 10-lap old mediums, they want to be, we're almost halfway through the race, so they want to be switching them out for the hards very soon, I think. But now, hello, that's very, very, very close to the back of Easy Mac. A lot closer than he was on the last occasion. Can he make a move this time around? And will that help Nubitron pull away with all the battling behind him? They're going through the final couple of corners now, and it looks like the OPSL driver's got a much better exit than Easy Mac. He's slipstreaming them down into turn 1. They're too far back to make a move. But it looks like they might be a lot closer for the battle into turn 4. You can see them getting a much better exit out of 2 and 3. But it looks like Easy Mac's got a much better exit in the second part of the acceleration. He's closing up on Nubitron, so Nubitron hasn't been able to gain any time on them. Dulce Daniel might be going for a move. He's just stuck behind Lindsay Games there. No moves happening for a couple of laps, but it looks like there could be some brewing up in the top 3. Someone's coming into the pits, and it's Mickey. He's currently down in 17th place, maybe looking for an undercut to gain some positions. And can Hello there gain any positions with DRS now? Looks like Easy Mac getting a pretty good toe off Nubitron in front. And getting that gap way down to under 2/10 now, and it's Rapid Clappy, who's just gained a position from YouTube Clash, who has come to the pits for their first stop. So that's gifted a couple of people positions temporarily, as it looks like the pit window's started. Who will come in this lap? And I think the pit window should go until about lap 18. Our son Rhino's just made it past on his teammate MXT. And they're still going at it. Our son Rhino's gotten back through. But MXT behind. Looks to have I think it was a 3-second penalty. But I'll check the penalties now. It's 3 seconds for them. And I don't think anyone in that top 3 can make a move right now. So I think the best place to look is these two, MXT and Ice Iron Rhino. Ice Iron Rhino is out of DRS range, so he won't really have a fighting chance if MXT gets a good couple of exits and a good first sector here. And MXT's gained about 3/10 into that corner. Can he gain any more? He gains a 10th on the exit, but then loses it. How much will the DRS give him? As in the background you can see Banana, who's closing up a bit, looking to join in on the battle. I'm going to look at the pit stops, see how many people have stopped. So it's just 3 people that are currently racing. Clash, Yema Fleet, and Mickey have the only ones that have stopped so far in the race. We've still got 22 laps to go, and we're almost nearing the halfway point. And I think the pit window should be in full swing now. A couple more drivers, I think, are going to be coming into the pits. Looking down the order, no one so far is coming into the pits. That could change very, very soon. In the next lap, probably. See how many people come into the pits. It looks like some people could be having a battle. Just yet McFleet and lapped car. Thought it was a battle for a second. We need Hello There to close up to the back of Easy Mac. And he's just stayed about this distance for the past 3 or 4 laps. They haven't made any real big pushes forward yet. But it looks like they've gained a couple of tenths. They're just 2 tenths back. Is that going to be enough to get the job done on this occasion? They've lost a tenth in that final braking zone. Turn 12. Around turn 13 and 14, just the last corner to go. None of these drivers can catch up enough to make any kind of overtake happen. And it looks like the positions might be staying put as Dools is coming in for the first stop of the race, up to 5th there. But it looks like Low there was almost going to get a move done. Under a tenth there as they're coming up on lapped traffic. I think that's Mickey. It is. Where's Dools coming out of the pits? They might rejoin in 11th. They are going to rejoin in 11th. Gordo. Or yeah, McFleet is going to get a move done on them because they will have cold tyres. How long will it take them to catch up? Looks like Low There's tyres are faring much better than Easy Max in front. Because Hello There's much closer through that middle sector than they ever have, and it's a snap of oversteer for Easy Mac. It's going to compromise their exit and give Hello There a chance for an overtake. The top 3 are all coming into the pits. Let's see who takes the pit exit best. Rapid Clappy now inherits the lead of the race. Here they all come into the pits. Nubatron gets a pretty good stop there. I don't know how much time is going to be gained from anyone. And it looks like those provisional 3 have kept all their places. But Clash might have actually done the undercut to perfection. And they're looking to maybe get an overtake on not just one, but I think 2 of these people. And they've just made it 3 here. They're battling with Nubatron. Side by side, almost make contact. But Clash has just gotten through, and it looks like they compromised Nubatron's exit. Because Easy Max just gotten through. And that's almost allowed Hello There in the background to get through. Nubatron almost very close to hitting the back of Easy Mac there. But YouTube Clash has inherited the lead of this race. They did an undercut there, I think pitting on lap 12 or 13. And that's really set them up well at this Grand Prix. But if these drivers behind them can stick closely, I think in the later parts of the Grand Prix they could start to benefit because of the tyre degradation. It looks like MXT has almost gotten through on him. Can't quite get the move done. There's 3 ORL drivers all battling. Isan Rhino is now going side by side with Lindsay. They're round this corner where Hamilton got pushed wide. This time they keep it clean. Isan Rhino's gotten through on Lindsay Games. And MXT is being forced wide. I think Lindsay's just overtaken them as well. Gonna go back to the tyres now. Every single driver currently is on hard tyres, and these top 2, Clappy and Banana, have been going for a longer first stint because they started on the hard tyres. So they'll be looking to gain in that last part of the race. How strong is the DRS though for MXT? They're going very fast, and the straight line speed's almost enough to get past Lindsay, who's doing some good defending. And it's very, very good defending as they've kept ahead. And these four are very close together. None of them have actually been able to get an overtake done for this past little bit. Will that change on this lap? Easy Max just 4.5 tenths off the race leader, or provisional race leader, YouTube Clash. Lindsay Games has gotten a penalty. It might be a spin for someone. I think it's Gordo's spun. He hasn't lost a position out to anyone. I mean, just some lap traffic. I think there's some people fighting. Maybe some more lap traffic. But can any of these drivers, the third place to sixth, which is provisional first, second, third, and fourth, make any moves on each other? They're going through turn 1 and 2 now. Doesn't look like they can, but there's a spin for YouTube Clash, and they're off, and that's gonna compromise Easy Max exit, and that's gonna make I'm a Nubajon, the provisional race leader. They've gotten through on Easy Mac. And so, Clash, as I said, no one can get an overtake. Clash is spun, and it compromised Max exit. So 2 moves happening there. And it looks like YouTube Clash just tumbled out of contention for the lead at the moment, but anything could happen in this Grand Prix. We still have 16 laps to go, so you never know. And hello there's almost getting up to Easy Mac. Just 3 tenths to gap now. They're gaining a bit. Let's see the ERS between these two. It looks like they've got very, very similar ERS. And it looks like Easy Mac's actually closer to the back of Nubatron. He's closing up on the back of Banana now. Nubatron's now within DRS range of his teammate. They get a 3-second time penalty. They'll have DRS from Banana in front of them. How much time can they gain down this straight? This valuable straight line speed that they'll be eating up. They've gone wide again. I'm going to check penalties. The top 4 currently all have penalties. I think just over half of the people in this lobby currently have penalties. Banana has just gotten through on a lapped car there. I'd assume it is, I'm going to say Blake, but I don't know. It's abstract. And now it's going to be a 4-car battle. Nubatron looks to have much better speed than his teammate Banana in front of him. Is it going to be enough? And Banana's going into the pits. So they've pushed their stint long enough, they think. And they're going into the pits. Easy Mac was thinking about a move there. And Dulce has just gained a position, as well as McFleet and Clash from Banana are pitting. And also Clappy pitting, I think. So now the race is back to where it was. Easy Mac is fighting with Nubatron. They've gotten through for the lead. But Nubatron's not going to give this one up easily. They fought as much as they could, but the straight line speed from Easy Mac proved to be too much for them. And I think Nubatron will have a very, very good shot at overtaking Mac into the first sector of next lap, as they're under pressure from below there behind. Currently the furthest up OPSL driver. And I think as it stands, the ORL is winning this 10v10 race. But hello there's coming through now. With DRS, they can't get the too much of a better exit than Nubatron in front. And they're going to have to stick behind. Bit of a DRS train happening here. With these top 3. No one can quite get through. And hello there's just had to stick behind for 3rd place once again. Clash and Yates McFleet are battling it out. Thought about a move there, did the OPSL driver, but thought otherwise in the later part of that corner. And we're about to move on to lap 24 of this race. So just 12 laps to go after this. Which means we're 2/3 of the way through this Grand Prix. And YouTube Clash has dropped quite a bit from Yates McFleet. I wonder if they can still get through with the DRS. And talking of people getting through with DRS, can any of these top three make any moves at all? Doesn't look like they can. Gonna look back to see if Clash can make a move. And they can't quite. But there's always a second bite of the apple into this second DRS zone. None of the top three can make any moves. But can these two? It's Clash is now side by side, and they've just been forced wide by McFleet, and that's compromised their exit, so they can't get through. As I say that, they're right on the outside of them, but McFleet's defended beautifully and kept the inside line and just planted their car in the inside of the corner. And Nubitron's now battling with the low there. They're going side by side. Nubitron takes the inside line of that corner, and that's just given them second place back, as I think they got tapped from behind. Both of these drivers spinning, and that has just opened the door for Duels and Rapid Clappy to come back in this race. Nubitron will not be happy about that one. They've been tapped from behind by a low there, and both of these drivers losing out big time. But even bigger, it's Nubitron, who's just lost out on 5 positions. Rapid Clappy's now gaining on the back of Duels, who's catching up to Easy Mac in front. So Duels, who got spun on the opening lap of this race, was I think down pretty much last at the start. He's made his way back up to second. He always finds a way. It's been very impressive in all of our league races. But Rapid Clappy has managed to stay behind them, and right behind them, almost hitting the gearbox of Duels there. And I think I might have bumped the gearbox here. He's sticking behind. Is his slipstream going to be powerful enough for a move? Rapid Clappy, he's really gaining. Is he going to send one? Thinks otherwise. It's quite a wise decision to stick behind. We'll get a second attempt through this second DRS zone of the lap. Clash and McFleet are battling. And now McFleet's gotten the position on Clash, and Nubitron's going to have a go. And Nubitron has had a go, and he's gotten up into 6th place. Clappy's staying around that 1/2 mark to Duels in front of them. But because both of these drivers currently have DRS, doesn't look like Clappy has been able to make a move. As I say that, they've just dive bombed down the inside of Duels, and that's a spin for one of those back markers. And Rapid Clappy's made it in front of Duels. So, and they've spun. Duels lost out, so I think that's the first ever spin I've seen from him. His driving is so good, he rarely makes a mistake. Always on the pace. And we're back, but Rapid Clappy has swiftly moved on from Duels. Daniel is up to the back of Easy Mac now for the lead of the race. We're on to lap 27 now, which means we've just got under 9 laps to go. Rapid Clappy is very, very close to the back of his teammate Easy Mac. Just 2.5 tenths difference. Is the DRS going to be powerful enough for Clappy to make a move on him? I wonder if it is. They're gaining a bit. Is it going to be enough into the first turn? They have to stick behind. But how good is the second DRS zone going to be? Nubatron's just been overtaken. And Nubatron spun out of the final corner. Maybe in a collision. They've lost 3-4 places now. And Clappy is going down the inside for the race lead on Easy Mac. Nubatron loses out on another place, and Rapid Clappy, he was in 3rd position just a lap ago, is moved up into 1st. And it doesn't look like anyone except Clappy and Easy Mac and Clash are within the 1 second. Actually, Clash has just dropped out with outside the 1 second. So can Easy Mac use the DRS to their advantage and fight back Rapid Clappy? And they've just completed their 28th lap around now, so that's going to mean we've just got 8 laps to go in the race. Clappy's Easy Mac has gained about 4 tenths there. It's not enough, and they've gained a lot out of that out of the center S's, but it wasn't enough either that time. They can't get a move done this time around, and it's a spin for Clash, I think. And they've lost out big time on the positions, because I think McFleet, Iceland Rhino, MXT and Lindsay have all gotten past, and it looks like Banana is going to get past as well. It's a couple of spins for them in this Grand Prix too, I think. One of them was to take the lead away from them. And in 16th place, CT433 has come into the pits. And it's a spin for Lindsay in the middle sector. They've lost out 3 positions, and they'll be kicking themselves for that mistake. But currently, the closest battle we have is Easy Mac and Rapid Clappy for the race lead. It looks like Easy Mac's lost out about 5 tenths through there, and they're almost out of DRS zone or DRS range, but they'll gain quite a few tenths back down the straight. And they're only 7 tenths, or only 8 tenths behind, so they've lost out about 3-4 tenths through this first sector. They'll want to gain it back if they want a shot of staying in the DRS zone, and they've just dropped outside but gained it back. Very, very close. They're on the line, teetering between being in this DRS zone and out of it, and it looks like they're out of it for now. No, now Clash has just gotten back within the DRS zone of Banana. And can Clash make a move that on the edge of being within and without that DRS zone? It looks like it could go either way into the detection zone. What is it going to be for them? Through the detection zone, it's going to be close enough for them to get DRS. They open it up, and how many tenths are they going to gain on Banana? They gain about 3 or 4 here. And they just need to keep this speed up if they want to stick behind them. They've got another helping of DRS here. What can they do? It looks like it might be a spin of some kind at the back. It's Mickey who's beached on a curb, I think. They're going to get disqualified, I think, if they can't get off. Unless they reset the track, it's going to be a disqualification. They can just get off. Very lucky not to get fully beached and disqualified, like what happened to, I think it was Millsy. No, it was Sleepy. It's very annoying when that happens. Wheel goes left. That's someone who's spun. That's Mickey again. Easy Mac is right on, or is gained quite a bit on Rapid Clappy. He was so close to losing him into the distance, but he's gained a couple of tenths back. And Flash has just gotten onto the straight now. The battle for 8th place continues. He's not been able to get a move completed into turn 1, but out of the center S's, his exit doesn't look to be too good, so he'll have to stick behind this lap again, wait for next lap, unless Banana makes a mistake in front of him. And Easy Max just gotten into the DRSO in Rapid Clappy. And they've gained about 3/10 into the main straight, into the first corner. Might have been a lock-up from them. But the gap now is down to 6/10. Teetering around the 5/10 mark. Clash is also gaining on Banana. And they're gaining quite a bit on them. Almost enough to make a move. I think they will make a move. Going for it down the inside. They've sent it. And it's not enough to get past Banana. But is it going to be enough this time around with DRS? Here they go. Can they get the move done? Down the inside. They're going side by side into turn 4. They're leaving each other enough room, I think. And it's enough room to Clash to get past, at least for now. And they've just stuck ahead into this middle sector. We've got 4 laps to go until the end of the race. It's flown by this race. Quite a few battles happening, especially in that early part of this race. And to spin for someone, I think it's Gordo. Gordo is in 12th place right now. So currently, as it stands, I think we're awarding 20 points to the leader, down to 1 point for last. But I don't think, but these bottom 3 won't get points because they haven't finished. So the max amount of, or the minimum amount of points you can get for finishing currently is 4 points. As Dulles Daniel, I think, might have made somewhat sort of mistake and lost out to Ian McFleet. But Easy Mac looks to be they'll be wanting to get past Clappy because there's only 2 laps of racing to go. Speaking of racing, these two are racing really well. Banana and Clash. Banana stays ahead of them. I think the time penalties could be the deciding of the race. Gonna look at the penalties now, and Clappy does have 3 more seconds of penalties than Easy Mac. So that's gonna mean, as it stands, Easy Mac is the winner of the is the leader of the Grand Prix with those penalties. And it seems very unlikely that Rapid Clappy can gain enough to move outside those 3 seconds. Iron Rhino is now on the back of Dulles. He can't quite gain up enough to make a move happen, but he's continuing to gain through this middle sector and continuing a bit more. He'll want to keep this up into the next lap, and he couldn't get a move. He can get a move done. And Clash has just gotten past Banana, and Clappy's got another 3 seconds, making it even more improbable for Mac to get past for the win, or for Clappy to maintain the win. And Iceland Runner has maintained that 3/4 gap, so that means he'll have a good shot of overtaking Duels into turn 1 here. He's right behind him. But Duels also has DRS from Yeet McFleet in front. He's gained up to him. And it might be a three-way battle. Duels is gaining rapidly on Yeet McFleet, who's on the old hard tyres. Went for a soft to hard, so he stopped very, very early. And to the final lap of this race, Duels Daniel is breezing past Yeet McFleet. And Iceland Run is staying quite far behind McFleet. So Duels has done a very good comeback drive into 4th place here from almost last on that opening lap. Can Iceland Rano make any magic happen to the line? And Rapid Clappy is the on-track position leader of the race. Is he though? As Easy Max just come across the line, and he's just won the Brazilian Grand Prix. Actually, Hello There has just won it on penalties. I didn't look at that. I didn't think he was even in contention with those penalties, but he's just won it for the OPSL. But remember, this race is about points as Duels has spun on the final corner. And they've... Oh no, not spun. They've celebrated the win. I thought they spun before the line there. Lindsay's coming across the line now to claim the last position in the top 10. Gordo and Nubatron quite far behind them. But I think as it stands, the ORL would have won this battle on points, because it's all about the total points. But congratulations to the OPSL for actually having the driver that won the race. It's been a great race out here, and just a couple of drivers have to come across the line now to finish it off. And Gordo and Nubatron just finished. And there's some people doing some donuts here. Got to finish the race soon. Because that's just gonna make the timer of 1.5 minutes tick down. And we'll have to wait here. That's a bit annoying, but still, looks like the ORL won the battle overall. But the OPSL was had the on-track winner. So congratulations to them. Got under 1 minute until the timer runs out. Looks like these two might finally finish the race. And he's spun again, doing more spins than they do in Bankstown. Can he come across the line in 26 seconds? This is the real race here. He keeps spinning. He's not going to be able to do it. He resets the track. Doesn't matter. He already has too many penalties, and it won't affect his finishing position. He's a whopping 2 minutes and 45 seconds behind the next person in front. And he's spun once again. And the session has just ended, so that rounds out the 10v10. Congratulations to everyone who went in this race. And it's been a good one. We'll just go through the final finishing orders in a second, and that'll be it. We see Hello There coming out onto the pitch, the Australian driver for the OPSL, winning this race. Congratulations to him, well deserved win. And just looking through the results now, you can see the winner is Hello There. Easy Mac in second,
Rapid Clappy 3rd, Duels 4th, McFleet 5th, Ice on Rhino 6th, MXT 7th, Clash 8th, Banana and 9th, Lindsay Games rounds out the top 10. That is it. Thanks for tuning into this 10v10. But that is all we have for now.